Assalamualaikum. Good day to the chairperson, adjudicators, and respected audience. So today, this debate addresses an important issue that will significantly impact our community, whether the existing children's playground should be retained or replaced with R&R layby development. So Group 6, which I represent, firmly stands in defense of retaining the children's playground, as we believe it serves essential long-term social health, environmental, and community functions. On the other hand, Group 5 will be arguing in support of the proposed R&R layby development, emphasizing improvements in user safety, well-being, and amenities. While we acknowledge the intentions behind infrastructural development, our position is that the playground is not merely a leisure space but a critical public asset that supports child development and also promotes mental and physical well-being, also strengthens community bonds, and preserve local identity through this debate. Group 6 will demonstrate that retaining the children's playground is the most sustainable and inclusive choice for the long-term benefits. So I will pass this to the Group 5 to argue of support of development R&R layby.
Why R&R layby is more important than children playby is improving infrastructure development. Improving infrastructure development plays a crucial role in strengthening economic growth and enhancing overall national competitiveness. Well-developed infrastructure such as efficient road network, modern ports, relevant public transportation system, and advanced digital infrastructure significantly improve business efficiency by reducing transportation time, lowering operational costs, and ensuring smooth movement of goods and services. When logistics and connectivity are efficient, businesses are able to operate more productively and meet market demands more effectively. In addition, high-quality infrastructure attracts both local and foreign investors by creating a stable and supportive business environment. Investors are more likely to invest in areas with reliable transportation system, strong digital connectivity, and well-maintained public facilities, as this further reduces business risk and increase long-term profitability. Improved infrastructure also support the growth of small and medium enterprise by providing better access to market, supplier, and customer. Thank you.
Okay, I disagree with your point, which is improving infrastructure development. Infrastructure development should balance economic growth with social well-being. Not all development require concrete expansion. Green infrastructure such as playground and park is equally important and contributes to sustainable urban planning by supporting health, climate resilience, and livability. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Lukman Rafai bin Nasrun. My point and why should we retain the children play park is because children development and healthcare. A children play park is essential for children healthcare and development. Outdoor play strengthens children's bodies, support brain growth, and protect mental health by reducing stress and anxiety. It builds social skill, confidence, and emotional stability during the most critical stage of life. Removing this space limits healthy development and replaces care with risk. Protecting children is not optional. It is foundation of our life.
Sorry, I want to counter about child develop and healthy by because I agree that developing an RNLP can RNLP in a play park area can be beneficial for certain development and health if done through fully by incorporating element that cater to certain needs, such as a designated play areas, outdoor fitness equipment, and ensure this element we can create a space that that is a space we can create a space that promotes overall overall family being, and this approach will allow parents to relax and recharge while you ensuring their children are safe and engaged in play in safe and engaged in play. It also foster and community and social connection and environmental awareness. However, we must prioritize child safety and accessibility.
Secondly, R&R facilities create jobs in retail and small businesses. Convenience stores, souvenir shop, and local product stores offer employment as sales assistant, supervisors, and managers. Importantly, R&R sites also provide a platform for local entrepreneurs to market regional products. We also can strengthen community-based economic participation.
Okay, so from group 5, they said they want to creating jobs in retail and small businesses. So I reject this idea because jobs created by R&R laybys are often low wage, short term, and limited in numbers. So these economic benefits can be achieved elsewhere. So without displacing essential community spaces such as playgrounds, although not commercial, support long-term social value is more important and indirectly reduce public health care and social costs. Okay, thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Abdul Hakim. So I will be the second one to present why we should retain child playground instead of R&R. So the point is cognitive and educational benefits for children, such as sensory stimulation and spatial awareness. Whenever a child play equipment such as swings, slides, and climbing structures, provide critical sensory input in them. Also, vestibular stimulation from swinging or spinning improves balance and coordination, while tactile experiences enhance their motor skills. So these activities help children to understand their body in space and develop spatial awareness, which is very important for tasks like writing, navigating spaces, and sports. So in engaging multiple senses simultaneously also promotes brain development and cognitive flexibility. Okay, also free play improving executive function. For example, unstructured or free play gives children the opportunity to make choices, solve problems, and manage impulses on their own. So this is to support executive functions such as planning, attention, self-control, and working memory. So these skills are essential for school readiness and long-term academic success. So through play, children also develop creativity, imagination, and problem-solving skills, which contribute to intellectual growth and lifelong learning. So this is the reason why I choose to retain child playground instead of R&R. Okay, thank you.
Thanks to opponent that mentioned this point. In my opinion, why R&R layby development should still proceed while acknowledging the importance of children's play benefit is because that playground provide cognitive, sensory, and educational benefit to children through unstructured play and sensory stimulation. While playground contribute to children's cognitive and educational development, public safety must take priority, and R&R layby directly support driver alertness, mental focus, and fatigue management, which are critical in preventing road accidents. Cognitive benefits from play are long-term and can be developed in alternative locations, but rest facility on highway must exist at specific intervals for safety and traffic efficiency. Therefore, developing the R&R layby serves as wider population and immediate public need make it more essential than retaining the playground at this location.
So my point is about safety. Firstly, an R&R layby improve road safety. Many drivers, especially long-distance drivers, experience fatigue. A proper rest area allows drivers to stop, rest, and refresh themselves. This helps reduce road accident and protect not only driver but also other road users.
Okay, didn't agree with R&R labor improve road safety. Road safety improvements should be strategically placed on long distance highway where driver fatigue is highest. Locating an R&R lay-by nearest residential areas may introduce new safety risks, including increased pedestrian vehicle conflict. Example, vehicle conflict. Playground retain maintains a safer, calmer traffic environment for family and children.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Yusri. Today I just want to talk about or give my perspective about why do we have to retain the children's play park so that we don't build any development, so that we don't develop any arena layby between the neighborhood space. So for the first, I'm going to talk about is for my first point is actually community cohesion, which is park asserted spaces. Parks provide natural zones where people from different households can meet outside of their private homes and workplace. So parents, caregivers, and even residents naturally interact with while supervising children or enjoying the space. So fostering casual socializations and friendships. These interactions strengthen neighborhood ties and build a sense of belonging, making residents feel more connected and supported. So for my second point is strengthening neighborhood connections, which is regular gatherings at playgrounds help establish informal networks of support. Neighborhood gets to know one another. We knew that if we, as a neighborhood, when we have a children's play park, between the even in the evening, we will be we will do any activity at the children's play park. So we will have a gathering, and there will be an exchange information and sometimes collaborate on community and initiatives. So over time, these connections create a safer, more resilient community where residents are more likely to watch out for each other, so support one another and maintain a positive communal environment. So I do say that we have to retain children's play parks so that we will get a lot of benefit, a good benefit from it. So such as just now I just said, which is neighbors get to know one another, exchange information, and we can make if in Malay we can say increase our silaturahim. So even we can do a lot of collaborations among neighborhood, and even from Indians, Chinas, and even Malay, from these three nations. From these three, they can give a good benefits for the neighborhoods. So I do say to bring so from my perspective, I do think that we have to retain the children's play park. So we don't bring a problem to a problem. Let's say if we bring a problem where if we bring an idea to develop an R&R at a layby, for sure we are bringing a problem to a problem, because if we brought R&R to R&R, if we build the R&R between a neighborhood, they will become like a disaster for them, because let's say if there is a vehicle explosion, accident, and also etc. It will give a lot of pollutions and give damages to the neighborhood systems. So that's what I say. And from my point, it's actually strengthening, which is
parks promote social bonding. R&R facilities strengthen communities by generating jobs and supporting local entrepreneurs, thereby enhancing economic stability and community development.
Okay, now this is my point: regional connectivity and tourism. Regional connectivity does not improve by chance. It improves through infrastructure because without R&R layby, long distance travel become uncomfortable, inefficient and unattractive. This directly discourages tourism and limit economic movement beyond major cities. The opposition fails to recognize that R&R layby act as economic gateway. They connect rural regions to national road network, promote local product, and inject continuous economic activity into surrounding areas. Rejecting this development means rejecting opportunities for local communities.
Okay, as to counter Group 5 arguments, which is regional connectivity and tourism. So, if you want to improving regional connectivity, you should be planning this development along highways or designated transport corridors, not within residential neighborhoods. Of course, this will benefit tourists more from efficient highways than small laybys near housing areas. Just only to sacrificing a community playground, just only for limited tourism benefits. It just only prioritize transient users over permanent residents. So for me, it is not a good things to do.
Okay, from my group, group 6, I would like to talk about social equity. So for the social equity, the first one, the private garden gap. Most of the family in apartments or high density housing have no private outlet for outdoor activities. Removing the park efficiently, this family from their only source for fresh air and natural. So when we have a big park for big park or play park children, those who are don't have any backyard. So most of the people in nowadays they don't have backyard because there's too much of courses. So they're willing to have a children play park so they can have a relaxed time over there and have a fun time with their family, with the childrens. And then the second one is democrating. For the second one, child development. So let's talk about child development. The first one is skill. About the skill, play equipment like a swing, climbing, or frame or balance beams. Build across motor skills, risk assessment, and exhibit function. If the park is removed, children from low income family will still find. I'm sorry, children from a flown family, like example like their family rich, they able to find a private club, I mean paid club and private garden. Children from low income family lost that development opportunity entirely because they didn't able to afford a private garden or paid clubs.
I do not agree with the social equity argument because, firstly, while social equity in access to recreational space is important, road safety must take precedence as it concerns the life of a wider population. And R&R layby directly address driver fatigue, especially among long-distance drivers, by providing a safe and designed place to rest and refresh. This significantly reduces the risk of road accidents and protect not only driver but also passenger, pedestrians and the other user. Other community park benefit certain group. The absence of proper rest area create immediately safety risks that can result in serious injuries or loss of life, making road safety a more critical public priority.
Assalamualaikum and good and salam sejahtera. My name is Ahmad Farid bin Muhammad, S79 640. I will debate about development development for R&R layby. So my point is about strengthening economic growth. Uh, from development R&R layby, we can improving infrastructure development, better routes, for example, for better roads, ports, public transport, and digital infrastructure, and hence business efficiency and attract investor. After that, we can from development arena lebih, we can encouraging innovation and technology adoption, like promoting digitalization, automation, and innovation increase competitiveness and long-term economic sustainability. uh, and after that, we can enhance as export performance, like expanding export market, improving product quality, help increase national income and reduce trade deficit. uh, from development arena lebih, we can strengthening the education and skill system, like a skilled workforce, increase productivity, and support high value industry. Other than that, we can promoting sustainable and green economy, like investing a renewable energy and environmentally friendly industry, ensure long term economic resilience. That's all from me. I will pass to next group.
I kind of agree about strengthening economic growth, but economic growth should be inclusive and sustainable. Short-term commercial gains from an R&R layby do not outweigh the long-term social, health, and environmental value of a playground. Then, strong community with good quality of life are more attractive for long-term economic investment.
I will continue with my point, which is combating loneliness and isolation. Parks play an important role in bringing people together and reducing feelings of loneliness. They act as social spaces where caregivers, the elderly, families, and other members of the community can meet, interact, and spend time outdoors. These shared spaces help create a sense of belonging. Facilities such as benches also encourage people to sit, relax, and engage in casual conversations. This simple social interaction helps build support network among neighbors and contributes to a safer and more connected community.
I do not agree with combating loneliness and isolation because why? They claim that part reduce loneliness and social isolation is irrelevant to the issue of R&R layby development. R&R layby are not social hub but essential road safety infrastructure. Comparing park benches to those at R&R layby misrepresent their purpose. A social interaction is not the priority of highway. The core function of an R&R layby is to provide immediate rest and fatigue driver to prevent accident and save life, not to build community ties. Using social argument to undermine the importance of R&R layby is therefore misleading and distract from the government responsibility to ensure road safety.
My name is Roshika Firani binti Kamaruddin, and now my point is R&R layby are important for heavy vehicle drivers. R&R layby are not optional facilities, but they are a safety necessity for heavy vehicle drivers. Heavy vehicles such as lorry, trucks, and buses operate for long hours, carry massive load, and require higher concentration and longer braking distance. So, fatigue in such conditions significantly increase the accidents. Driver fatigue is one of the leading causes of heavy vehicle crashes. Without designing R&R layby, drivers are forced to either continue driving while exhausted or stop in unsafe areas such as road shoulders, emergency lanes, or unauthority space. Both options endanger the drivers and other road users. Furthermore, heavy vehicles pose a higher risk when accidents occur. Due to their size and weight, any collision involving a lorry and bus often result in severe injuries, fatalities, and major transit disruption. By providing proper rest areas, R&R laybys directly reduce the probability of such as high-impact accidents.
I am kind of agree with the other point, which is important for heavy vehicle drivers because it is absolutely important for heavy vehicle drivers in rest area, but they should be located along freight corridors and industrial zones, not community living spaces, which is neighborhood. Heavy vehicle activity near residential areas increase noise, vibration, and air pollution, which negatively affects public health and quality of life.
May I interrupt? I agree with Nurin's point, but I have another point, which is environmental benefits. From an environmental perspective, the community play park should be protected instead of being replaced by an R&R. Green space function as the lungs of the area by absorbing carbon dioxide and pollutants while improving air quality. Tree and grass also provide natural shade and cooling, helping to reduce local temperature and the urban heat island effect. In contrast, an R&R involves extensive paving and increased vehicle activity, which contributes to higher heat retention, air pollution, and carbon emission. Therefore, preserving the play park support a cleaner, cooler, and more suitable environment for the surrounding community.
I do not agree with the environmental benefit argument because, although R&R layby are claimed to reduce pollution, their environmental benefits are limited and do not outweigh the loss of existing green space. Green space function as urban lungs that continually improve air quality, provide shade, and reduce surrounding temperature 1 until 2 through the mitigation of the urban heat island effect. Replacing this area with R&R facility would increase paved surface, leading to higher heat retention, reduced carbon absorption, and long-term environmental degradation that negatively impact the local community.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Tengku Ahmad Syahmi bin Tengku Khalid Safawi, S79420. My point is support increasing traffic volume. This is because the construction of R&R layby play a crucial role in managing the steady increase in traffic volume caused by population growth, urban expansion, and economic development. As more private vehicles, commercial truck, and public transport use major road, the demand for safe stopping and resting area become increasingly important. R&R layby provide designated and well-planned stopping zone for both heavy and light vehicles, reducing the need for driver to stop along road shoulder or unsafe area. This help maintain smooth traffic flow, minimize sudden braking, and significantly lower the risk of accident. caused by unexpected roadside stop. In the long term, R&R layby acts as supporting infrastructure that enhance road efficiency without requiring expensive and destructive road widening projects. By managing driver behavior and vehicle movement more effectively, they extend the functional capacity of excited highway. Furthermore, modern R&R layby can be integrated with smart traffic management systems such as real-time traffic monitoring, rest time regulation for heavy vehicle, and digital signal. This supports sustainable transportation planning, improve fuel efficiency, and ensure road remain safe and function as traffic demand continues to grow.
Increasing traffic volume. While an R&R may accommodate higher traffic volume, it also attract additional vehicles into residential areas, increasing congestion, noise, and air pollution. This negatively impact nearby communities, especially children and elderly. In contrast, playgrounds serve local residents without adding traffic pressure or safety risks.
Sorry to interrupt. I want to give my point is about biodiversity and ecological value. First, green space help improve environmental quality by improving air filtration, reducing dust, and absorbing carbon dioxide. Plants also play a role in reducing urban heat by providing shading and cooling effects, thus reducing the urban heat island phenomenon. This ecological function not only contributes to environmental sustainability but also to human comfort and help in residential areas. Playground also serve as important tools for environmental awareness and education. Children who constantly interact with natural elements develop a stronger appreciation from an early age. Exposure to green environment encourage pro-environmental attitude, which is essential for nurturing responsible future citizens who value sustainability and conservation.
I'm sorry for interrupt to the biodiversity and ecological value point that you said. While biodiversity and ecological value are important consideration, I think this argument is weak in the context of a small community playground. Such areas generally have limited ecological significance, often consisting of landscape, grass, ornamental trees, and man-made facilities that do not support substantial biodiversity. And I think the need for an R&R layby is critical and immediate, especially for heavy vehicle drivers. Driver fatigue is a major contributor to serious road accidents, and the absence of proper rest facilities pose a direct risk to human life and public safety. Compared to the minimal ecological disruption caused by developing a playground, the safety benefits of an R&R layby are far more significant and measurable.
My next point about environmental aspect. R&R layby help reduce pollution because drivers no longer need to stop randomly on road shoulder or in environmentally sensitive area. Well-planned rest area can also be equipped with green landscaping, proper waste management system, and environmentally friendly facilities.
Environmental aspect. Although R&R laybys may claim efficient land use, they increase carbon emission, heat retention, and surface runoff due to asphalt and concrete. Furthermore, playground on the other hand act as green buffer that reduce heat, improve air quality, support biodiversity, and contribute positively to climate resilience.
I stand firmly to support the motion to retain the small community children play park because it plays important role to promotion mental health and well-being. Firstly, the play park helps to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. In today's world, students face academic pressure and spend too much time on electronic devices. Green space like this play park allow children to relax, play freely, and enjoy fresh air. Being close to nature helps to calm the mind, improve mood, and reduce stress for both children and adults. Without this park, many children may lose a healthy way to release their stress. Secondly, the play park provides a safe and stimulating environment that helps children build emotional resilience. When children play together, they learn important life skills such as sharing, teamwork, and handling emotion. This experience help them become more confident, independent, and emotionally strong. A safe playground allows children to grow not only physically but also mentally and emotionally. In conclusion, retaining the small community children play park is essential for the well-being of our community. It supports mental health, encourages positive behavior, and helps children develop important life skills. Therefore, I strongly urge everyone to support the retention of this valuable play park.
I disagree about mental health and well-being. While green space and playground are often associated with positive mental health outcomes, their impact should be overstated. Firstly, mental health conditions such as stress, anxiety, and depression are complex and influenced by factors like family environment, academic or work pressure, financial stability, and access to professional support. Exposure to green space alone cannot significantly reduce or resolve these issues. After that, green space do not benefit everyone equally. Some individuals may experience discomfort due to safety concerns, allergic insect weather condition, and past negative. After that, playgrounds are not always emotionally supportive environment. Issues such as bullying, social exclusion, overcrowding, or lack of supervision can negatively affect children's emotional well-being and self-confidence. Okay, that's all.
I would like to emphasize the issue road user safety. First, the construction of R&R is very important for the safety of users. Drivers who drive long distance need a place to stop, to rest, take a nap, go to the toilet, and regain focus. Without R&R, many drivers are forced to drive drowsy and tired, thus increasing the risk of accident. So clearly, R&R save life, not a waste of funds. My second point is people well-being and amenities. R&R provide comfort to the people. It provides toilet, surau, place to eat, family rest areas, place to change baby diapers, as well as safe space of women and children to stop. If R&R is not built, road user will have to stop on the shoulder of the road or in unsafe areas. So the construction of R&R is very necessary public facility.
When Group 5 says that the R&R layby improve safety, well-being, and public amenities, however, in reality is that this benefit mainly serve temporary users such as drivers and tourists, not the permanent residents of this community. Any so-called safety improvement for passive vehicles come at a serious cost. Increased traffic flow leads to higher noise levels and greater dangers, especially for children and the elderly who live nearby. While improved convenience for outsiders may, in fact, reduce safety for local families. Moreover, the amenities offered by a layby, such as restroom, food stalls, and parking space, are designed for short-term use. These facilities may benefit travelers for a few minutes, but they do very little to improve the daily life of residents. In contrast, the community program provide direct and long-lasting benefit. It supports children physical, cognitive, and emotional development while encouraging healthy and active lifestyles. At the same time, it acts as a social hub where adults and the elderly can interact, reducing isolation and strengthening neighborhood bonds. Beyond that, the playground improves environmental quality, helps increase property values, and preserve the identity and cultural heritage of the community. It represents a shared space that brings people together. In conclusion, while an R&R layby offers temporary convenience, the playground ensures sustainable well-being, safety, and social unity for the community. Therefore, retaining the playground is clearly the more responsible and valuable choice. Thank you.
Local identity and culture value. First, park as a landmark and communal gathering points. Playground often become recognizable feature of a neighborhood, serving as landmark of meeting points. They host community events, celebration, and informal social activity that reinforce communal identity. Second, preserving culture and social heritage. Removing playground and layby community traditional, social interaction and local character. Maintaining this space protect a sense of place, continuity and belonging which are essential for social cohesion and community pride.
I want to protest the issue of local identity and cultural value. First, functional utility. We must ask ourselves, does local identity truly exist in that space, or is it merely an underutilized plot of land? Defending a dysfunctional space under the guise of heritage is a misallocation of resource. A well-regulated layby creates a new modern identity, one of a progressive, safe, and accessible community. A functional layby that supports local commons and safety is far more valuable to a community future and a landmark. Second, alternative solution. The date of a physical meeting point does not mean the death of social identity, cultural life in people, not in grass and beaches. We can relocate social activities to save more modern venues, to use identity as a shield against critical infrastructure like a layby is aggressive. We must prioritize the efficient management of our community over the prevention of a single location. Do not let sentimentally paralyze our city growth.
My name is Gu Tianyu and my matrix number is S78897. Rest and directs, as known as R&R, areas along highway are often seen merely as stopping point for traveler. However, our stand is clear. R&R facility play a significant role in creating employment opportunity and stimulating local economic growth. Why I say like this? Because R&R areas generate extensive employment in the food and beverage sector. Restaurant, food court, and kiosk require chef, kitchen assistant, cashier, and service staff. Many of these outlets operating long hours, creating continuous demand for workers and providing stable income, especially for school leaver and semi-skilled individuals. Last, employment opportunity extend to fuel, vehicle, and technical service. Petrol station require food pump attendant, cashier, and maintenance personnel, while additional services such as basic vehicle check and roadside assistance further widen job availability. That's all for me. Thank you.
The role of R&R facility in employment economic growth. Although R&R facilities are often seen as engines of job creation and economic growth, their benefits to local community are limited and uneven. Most jobs are low-wage, short-term, and self-transit users, with profit often flowing to external operations rather than staying local. When compared to the long-term social help and environmental value of community space, R&R development prioritizes short-term economic gains over sustainable local development and community well-being.
Property value and community appeal. Number 1. Attracting families and boosting property values. A neighborhood with playground and green space are more desirable to young families. Furthermore, access to safe, recreational areas increase property appeal and market value, and then benefiting homeowner and the local economy. For the second one, long-term community vibrancy. This is because green space enhance the neighborhood aesthetic, making it a pleasant place to live. And then park and playground encourage social activity, community gathering, and outdoor recreation, all of which contribute to the neighborhood liveliness, pride, and long-term sustainability. Thank you.
While playground may attract family and contribute to property appeal, the development of R&R layby serves a more critical function is ensuring road safety and efficient traffic management. And R&R layby provides a safe stopping area for drivers to rest, reducing fatal accident and improving overall road safety for residents and road users. Property value is not solely influenced by recreational facility but also by accessibility, safety, and infrastructure reliability. However, when R&R layby can enhance this factor by minimizing illegal roadside parking, reducing traffic disruption, and supporting smoother vehicle flow. In contrast, placing a playground near high traffic areas might raise safety concerns for children and reduce residential comfort due to noise and congestion. And although long-term functional sustainability over recreational vibrancy, green space contribute to neighborhood aesthetic. Long-term community sustainability depends on functional infrastructure that support daily movement and economic activities, and R&R layby plays a critical role in sustaining transport efficiency, supporting logistic operation, and accommodating long-distance drivers who rely on popular facilities. Unlike playground, which cater to a limited user group, and R&R layby serve a wider segment of society, including commercial drivers, emergency service, and road users. By improving travel safety and reducing roadside congestion, the facility indirectly enhance neighborhood livability and stability.